things that begin end. White folks are not infinite and eternal, right? They ain't gonna go on for infinity and infinity. The thing I want to say to you is we gotta take these motherfuckers out. But I know, but like...
Hey, I just want to say real quick, we got some of our new merch out right now. This is one of my favorite shirts, Read the Bible. Howdy, y'all. I'm Brylan. The left is insane. Yeah, I know. Understatement of the century. In this video, we're going to look at how the mayor of Boston is facing backlash over a Christmas party that excluded white people. And before you say, well, I don't live in Boston, that doesn't affect me, I promise you this does affect you. I'm going to show you how, because this isn't just happening in Boston. Oh, and by the way, nothing racist here. And then we're going to look at what this woman had to say. Her name is Brittany Cooper. She is a prominent professor at a major university. And I'm going to show you how what she says here is one of the most absolutely disgusting, racist things you will ever hear. And remember, this is just one of countless examples of people who are blatantly, absolutely, disgustingly racist, teaching your children how to do the same. Real quick, would you consider hitting that thumbs up button? You know, when you like this video, you're not agreeing with the insanity. You're helping push this video out to more people to help spread the truth. The mayor of Boston, and this isn't just happening in Boston, but she was just particularly caught because she accidentally sent the email of a no whites allowed party to all the white people that work with her as well. So on behalf of Michelle Wu, I cordially invite you and a guest to the Electeds of Color holiday party. 15 minutes later, Dos Santos sent out another email apologizing for sending the email to all council members, indicating that it wasn't supposed to be sent to white members of the council.
It was one of those emails that we've all sent at one point or another.
We've all sent out these accidental emails that are racist, you know, the ones that slip through the cracks. But everything is fixed because they went on to say this. I wanted to apologize for my previous email regarding the holiday party for tomorrow. I did send that to everybody by accident. I apologize if my email may have offended or came across as so. Sorry for any confusion. Thank you for your apology. I thought this was racist. But apparently I was wrong because no white people are allowed, which isn't racist because they're white, right? And then Michelle Wu came out and had the audacity to say this. Check this out. I can understand someone might be confused or worried if certain people weren't being invited at all or were being left out of any type of celebration. But I assure you, everyone on the Boston City Council has got an invitation to multiple types of events and holiday parties. Did Michelle Wu just say that her party isn't racist because there's other parties you can go to instead? So if there weren't other parties, would it then be racist? No, of course not. There's always an excuse for why anti-whiteness isn't racist. You know, racism is disgusting no matter who it's perpetuated against. But what's funny is that in our society today, even saying that any type of racism against anybody is bad, saying that is somehow bad.
I'm getting used to dealing with problems that are expensive, disruptive, and white.
This is the left at their finest, screaming that they're the inclusive ones, they're the accepting ones, they're the loving ones. Except for you. Oh, and you. And you. And you. You know, this inclusive group feels very exclusive when you get down to the nitty-gritty. Check this out. Anti-white bias in the classroom is real. In fact, a new California curriculum was put in place that an opponent wrote, "These courses are filled with hate for America and all America stands for," adding that the curriculum teaches children that America is based on white supremacy and that white people are racist, even if they don't know it. I rebuke any type of racism whatsoever, and I will never back down from the truth of all mankind were made in the image of God. All right, as if you needed more reasons to not send your children to college, you know, these colleges and universities in our country are dead and gone. They serve zero purpose anymore except to be a cesspool of absolute depravity to drag your kids into a spiritual deception. That's it. They are indoctrination factories. Now, this woman's name is Brittany Cooper. She is a prominent professor at Rutgers. And, she is a part of teaching your children how to think. Now, I want you to listen to what Brittany Cooper has to say about, white people.
I think that white people are committed to being villains in the aggregate, right? The real sort of issue here, and I've heard people sort of say it, is one, I think that white people viscerally fear. It's not that white people don't know, right, what they have done. They know. They fear that there is no other way to be human but the way in which they are human, which is to, so, like you talk to white people, and whenever you really want to have a reckoning about it, they say stuff like, it's just human nature. If y'all had all of this power, you would have done the same thing. And it's like, no, that's what white humans did. White human beings thought there's a world here and we own it. Prior to them, Black and brown people have been sailing across oceans, interacting with each other for centuries without total subjugation, domination, and colonialism.
This isn't real life. Because when you listen to what she's saying, not only is it just absolute pure insanity, like from the depths of depravity itself, it's so insanely unfactual that she is claiming that, before white people, the world was hunky-dory, there was no dominance. The fact of the matter here is that the sinful human nature is to blame for the depravity happening all around us. And she claims that it's not human nature, it's whiteness. That's what it is. It's only whiteness. It doesn't matter what skin color you are. This insane depravity that's taking over these minds within universities is just spreading like a wildfire amongst the up and coming generations.
What a show this iteration of treatment of other human beings means, and that my hope is that we would do it differently, in the moments when we have some power. We will not do it perfectly, but I do think that all of us can sort of agree that a politics that says like there are superior and inferior human beings just isn't the way to go.
So at what point is, I don't know, let's just take holiday parties for politicians where whites aren't allowed. There's other holiday parties the white people can go to, but you know what? They're not allowed to participate in this holiday party because what? Because they're inferior, is what they're saying.
The thing that white people don't trust us to do because they are so corrupt, their thinking is so morally and spiritually bankrupt about power that they can't they fear viscerally, existentially letting go of power because they cannot imagine that there's another way to be. It is either that you dominate or you are dominated. And isn't it sad that is spiritually who they are, and that they can't imagine a sort of more expansive notion of the world?
Okay, so you heard that, right? White people need to dominate. They only know domination. And basically, white people are inherently, innately horrible. Something that no other skin color, no other person with a human sinful nature struggles with. It's an exclusively white issue. But stunningly, she goes on to completely 100% contradict herself by literally calling for the end of white people.
The thing I want to say to you is we got to take these motherfuckers out.
Isn't hypocrisy fun? But of course it doesn't stop there. She goes on to just say it in another way.
All things that begin end. White folks are not infinite and eternal. Right? They ain't gonna go on for infinity and infinity. And that's super important to remember. And so part of what we are trying to do is to imagine what are the steps that we must take to get to the other side of this very inconvenient epochal interruption. I mean, does that give people comfort on the day-to-day when you like just having to deal with white folks and the travesties that they create in the sense that they want to destroy the planet? Nah, there is a world beyond even our sojourn on the earth. And so whiteness is going to have an end date. Whiteness is largely an inconvenient interruption. And so we then get to ask ourselves, so why am I here in this moment of it? Like, why did I show up in this particular iteration? And it's like, well, I think we showed up in this iteration precisely so that we could help to figure out an end and a way to the other side of this, gargantuan historical tragedy.
Now, this is absolutely one of the most disgusting things that you can possibly hear. This woman is saying that whiteness, it had a start and it will have an end. We are here in history to figure out the end of white people. But remember, domination and control and calling for the extinction of anybody that doesn't look like me is an exclusive white problem. Yet she's saying that we must figure out the end of white people. White people will go extinct. We must take them out. And we must figure out the problem to this gigantic inconvenience in the world's history. And that inconvenience is white people. This is so disturbingly and disgustingly racist. And these are the type of mindsets that are teaching your kids at college, at universities. Do you need any more reason to stop supporting universities and colleges? There is no need for them anymore. They are just indoctrination factories that want to destroy the heart, mind, body, and soul. And that is what they are doing. Are we getting it yet? Are we understanding that this isn't a skin color issue? This isn't an issue about certain human beings are worse than others depending on what you look like. No, this is a sinful human nature issue. This is a spiritual issue. And obviously this woman is extremely spiritually lost, spiritually dark, and Satan has her right where he wants her, in the depths of depravity, to cause separation, turmoil, confusion. Quickly though, in Isaiah chapter 5 verse 20, check out what it says. It says, "Woe to those who call evil good and good evil, who put darkness for light and light for darkness, who put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter." You know, this perfectly sums up our society today. What is evil is being called good, and what is good is being called evil. As you see, there is an absolute attack on life in the womb. There is an indoctrination of LGB within every part of our society. Christians are more and more being attacked for their faith, and we're being told that evil is actually good. We've had it wrong all this time. There's been an awakening. We now know what is actually truth. And what is truth is whatever you think truth is. Unless it clashes with my truth, then my truth overrides your truth, and that's what truth is. A constant evolving war against personal truths that don't actually exist, and it doesn't make any sense. How can it? It doesn't exist. But hey, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And please hit that subscribe button, join this community. I would love to hear from you regularly. And if you wouldn't mind hitting that thumbs up button, you know when you like this video to get pushed out to more people, and it would really help spread this message. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.